being more intentional sometimes is a lot of work. So far, so good. I did get my newsletter done. I mentioned in a previous video of how I had created this habit, and it wasn't really a system until I made an intentional way to support that habit. And so you can actually watch that video here. And we are just trying to soak it all in. I'm out here. You can see in the background, that's part of one of the rabbit kingdoms we have out here. And I just needed a break. My head was hurting a little bit because just trying to not to put so much pressure on myself. I know you guys can relate when there's things you want to get done and then you are bouncing back and forth of how you want to get it done when you should just actually make a decision and do it. So I am being productive today. Also, while I'm waiting on my food for lunch, I was thinking about it. I picked some um, little cherry tomatoes. I just dropped one. I was going to get it. Okay, this is real life, right? No edits right here. I'm just going to go ahead. You'll see all the little things. So just super excited and learning more about how to save more time. And I mentioned this in my newsletter, and I've mentioned it before in my podcast episodes regarding AI. You know, people have a love-hate relationship with it, but I'm telling you, it has saved me a lot of time and energy and brain activity, even though it has not replaced my brain. But you know how we get in our heads sometimes and we end up worrying ourselves more so than helping ourselves. And so I started way back creating a GPT to just help with my coaching information and just having everything all in one place. And so I haven't rolled it out yet, but I'm super proud of it. And it just goes to show you that these tools can be helpful. I know there are pros and cons to a lot of things, but as we are, living beings, we're learning just how to maneuver through it all, one click at a time, one prompt at a time. And so, my challenge to you is just don't give up, don't get discouraged, just keep going because you will win if you do not quit. Again, you will win if you do not quit. So it's getting a little toasty. Let's continue this conversation inside. Okay, so we're back. So, one thing I've realized just being a one person business is that sometimes the work isn't actually the hardest part. It's making hundreds of little decisions. What should I post? What should I write? What time to post? What platforms should I use? What should I prioritize? What needs to happen today? So, one thing that's helped again, and I'll say it again, is using AI. So, for one, AI has helped with content decisions. What took me hours of planning and preparation, specifically for my podcast, because I've been podcasting close to 7 years now. And it would take hours just to do all the things, figure out the topic, research the topic, outline the topic, and actually record as well. But now with I can take an idea that's just, floating around in my head and use AI to help my organizing. Just the whole part of the organizing process. Number two, planning. Instead of staring at a blank page, in which I still like my paper, I can say that it has helped me to break things down in little, small, minute steps. Because I'll tell you, just the actual day to day things that you work on can take a long time, but having something that can actually, you put it a prompt in and then it speeds up the process, that is gold to me. That is gold. And then repurposing. One idea doesn't have to become one piece of content. It can turn into one conversation, one newsletter video, and a short or some other type of post, in which I can relate to that a lot because I love to repurpose. If I can use it more than once, it feels like it's worth it. Whereas just looking back over some things that I've done in the past, it felt like I needed to plan something separate every single day, and just using AI has helped to be able to bridge that and just see how everything ties in together, which has been a huge, huge help. So it matters. It matters to me even more in midlife because I'm not trying to work harder just to prove that I can. I'm trying to use my time more wisely, use my time more differently. And I want technology to give me back some of that mental space that I can use for creativity, for wellness, for travel, and actually live my life. Like, how many of you need that mental space back? Because sometimes throughout midlife, some of that can be so unscrambled. It can be scrambled and you need to unscramble it. See, I'm getting scrambled right now. Oh, I digress. So, AI is not used to replace my ideas. I'm using it to help me move my ideas forward. Again, let's say that again. I'm not using AI to replace my ideas. I'm using it to help me move my ideas forward. That's the whole premise of everything. You're using it's a tool. It's not to replace you. It's a tool to help you condense that time, get that time back. Remember, we're talking about reclaiming our time, our energy, and I'll tell you, it has shaved off a lot of that. Just a quick story. Looking back over almost 7 years of podcasting, things have changed a lot with podcasting in general. Things have changed with me as a person. My body has changed. And I'll tell you, I started podcasting when I was 40. I think I was going on 41. Yeah. And so I was already beginning my midlife journey. And so I can see a difference to when I wasn't using AI to support my content preparation and organization. And I'll just say it's been a it's been a game changer. It's been a huge game changer for me. There was something I'm trying to figure out what was that. My husband, he likes to buy all kinds of little things. He doesn't buy as much as he used to, but but I digress. So there was some type of program where you could put in some keywords. I think it was the beginning of what we now know as ChatGPT and Claude and Gemini. It was something, but you could put some keywords in, and then there would be just these long, long paragraphs of like articles that you can glean from. Is it phrase? I can't remember what it's called. If you know, put it in the comments later. But I don't know what it was. But that, when I started using that sometime in that time space, that was a game changer as well because I was so used to Googling everything, looking back over my notes from different training courses, and then comparing different things, blogs, all the things. And so I think it was phrase, and then from using that until finally deciding to give more of those well-known, platforms a try because I was very resistant. But I'm telling you, it has been such a it's just the time is unreal how much time that you're able to get back and how more relaxed you can feel too by just having it's more like an assistant just to assist you when you're just one person. You may can't hire a whole team or even hire a virtual assistant. So you can use that person. You can use AI as a person, as an agent, as your assistant. So I'm so curious, what's one thing that takes up too much of your mental energy right now? I want you to tell me in the comments. It might be something that could be simplified, delegated, automated. We want that. Or even approached a little differently. Just remember, we are figuring this thing out together. All right? So I really appreciate you just tune. If I can get my words out today, and this is little to no edits today, I really appreciate you tuning in to these episodes. They're becoming like episodes because we're all about midlife reinvention. So I really appreciate you tuning in. It's so nice to be able to document how I am reclaiming my time, energy using AI, adding that wellness, and just being able to share, having to be probably more transparent than ever because people want to see that. And I'm glad you're here to connect. Leave a comment if you want to learn more of how I am using AI. Again, I am actually creating a GPT I've been working on. And so it's not ready yet to share with the public, but it's something that has helped me as being a coach and being a podcaster. And so maybe it can help you as well. So, again, thank you so much for tuning in. Go ahead and subscribe to the Midlife Time Traveler. I need some water by now, but it's time to end. So, thanks again. And until next time, while you have the day, make the most of today. Bye for now.